followers being very clear of where we want to be led from.
I feel like as a leader sometimes, especially in the era in which I grew up in, the dance was very male dominant or leader dominant, and it was the leaders telling the followers what to do and the followers just listening. And I feel like over the last score of years that we've had in this dance, the dance has evolved itself into a different communicating point.
It's way more gentle.
It's the leaders are listening more, or they should be listening more to the followers within the dance, and these are ways that we can kind of start listening to what our followers need. So instead of trying to force our followers into position, leaders, we look for where we find comfort within their shape. And a lot of times as we put our followers into uncomfortable positions, let's say like closed position, the follower's like, okay, I don't want to be here for a second, but I will just to accommodate you, and then we release the follower out and they go back to normality. Our goal is to find that space all the time to our followers. So as we walk into the dance, we walk
Real hard to do if a follower doesn't show.
And if we don't adjust our followers' spacing, we now have someone that's going to work with our shapes, okay, leaders? So our job is to work with our followers' positioning, and they're going to set it for us, yes? Our closed position started out, triple. We gave our followers the anchor, bring it back into a whip, 1, 2, back up for 3 and 4. Prepping the 5, leaders. From here, it's going to come inside connection for 6, bring it down for 7 and 8. Making sure that we're very aware of our followers' movement within our
Paying
tracks.
attention to track, like I was saying, that my arm, as I rotate to the other side, is going to want to be on the other side of my body. And a lot of you live in the middle, and it's confusing for the follower to be able to guide how much rotation you want. Yes?
So we used a couple of the patterns within this. We did our sugar bush leaders, 2, 3, 4. Now, projecting windows to our followers, leaders, when we go out 1, we're going to watch for the moment as we start to bow up our framework. Followers, as we set the framework up, you're going to give us a space in here where you feel like it's okay for this person who's in front of you relative to the trust that you have with them, where they can touch you, all right? Leaders, we're going to look for everything from up on the forearm all the way down to underneath behind the bicep.
Has a lot to do with how much the follower presents. So followers, if I'm super comfortable, I may arc into this a little more. That'll give the leader more of a deeper grab. If I'm not quite sure, I may cut my arc just a little bit less, and this will become an over-rotated tuck.
So we've got everywhere from here down to the forearm, back to the elbow, all the way behind the bicep, leaders. So our goal is to just watch for our followers' initiation and their presentation with us. Then we take back over for a second. So leaders, for the basic, we just brought our followers up. For 3, we made the change. We got let the wrist turn up to our followers' hands.
I pressed and slid my right toe down from the side.
And 4, anchoring around 5 and 6, and we talked about understanding the track line for the followers. So we do a tuck turn, leaders, making sure that we're making a big circle for our followers. So even when we have the wrist, 1, 2, 3, there's a big space for the follower, then we run on pass. We're going to think about transitioning a little bit earlier in the 4, leaders, when we do this. 1, 2, 3, start to go around the follower on the 4, anchored out for 5 and 6, and the deep one, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can drag them around all you want.
Hi.
If you want more of us, go to Kyle.com.
Sarah.